Harrison County Jail.
Hey, I'm trying to find out if there's a problem with StarNet, the phone system for the people who are at the jail. Okay.
StarNet, I don't think StarNet is our... Encartel is our phone carrier.
Okay, well, this is what's happening. The man with no name is attempting to call out. What is the problem here? Why can the call not go through?
I don't know. I don't know if he's... Let me look. I don't know if he's bought a calling card or not. Hang on.
Okay.
It'll take me a minute to get in.
Okay. Just want to make sure there's no technical issues here.
I don't think so. I mean, I've seen other folk out there calling. Well, he has $59.50 on his books. I don't know.
Okay, so what I've been told is that as soon as he comes on the line, it's like there's a prompt that someone from this jail is calling you, and says this is I guess there's a name prompt. The man with no name provides an unregistered moniker, which is it's not a legal name. It's just like a sound that he goes by, and then the machine comes back on and says, now you need to go to the canteen and pay for something.
He has not purchased a calling card, and it's wanting, basically what the system is telling you to do is to set up a phone account. Now, I understand that you're probably not wanting to do that, which is why I went in yesterday after we talked. They called about money on his books, how to put money on his books.
Okay.
And I told them where they needed to go to do that, and then as I gave it a little while, and I went in and looked at his books, and indeed it did say that he had money on his books at that time. So I did take his PIN number, his kiosk, what he needs to utilize to get into the kiosk to make purchases from the kiosk, like phone cards and that kind of thing, into him and told him that somebody had put money on his books, and here was his PIN number so that he could use the kiosk to buy a phone card. He did not acknowledge my presence. I do not know if he heard me or not. I repeated it twice, and I left. So, I mean, all I can do is walk back in there and tell him again, you need to purchase a phone card from the kiosk to make a phone call.
Okay, well, is that going to require him to acknowledge the legal name that money is under?
Well, it's going to require him to utilize the PIN number that is connected to that name to make that purchase. So I don't know. You tell me.
Okay, yeah, because there can't be a PIN number in the first place unless first there's a legal name with which to associate the PIN number.
Well, then it's a catch-22. Either that's what he's going to have to do if he wants to make a phone call, or whomever he's trying to call is going to have to set up a phone account and put money on that account so that he could call them. There's only two ways to call out.
Well, okay. Now, if someone created a phone account, would it have to be linked to the legal name that you guys are trying to put on this guy?
That I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know what happens on that end of it. I've never set up a phone account for an inmate.
Okay. Yeah, this guy. What you've got there is a man, a living being, who's just not going to break the law. And here something else I wanted to point out to you. It's been mentioned to me by Pam that there's a Ventura warrant for the legal name, and that they may come in and take him to Ventura. There's a big problem with that because of the insurers that would be involved in the transporting of that man would have to commit insurance fraud by insuring a legal name for which he will not represent. He will not represent.
That's outside my scope. I mean, what they do is their business, and if they choose to make those choices, I tried to explain to somebody at some point in this whole thing, I don't deny you or him or anyone else the right to believe and feel the way they feel.
Yeah. Well, now, I don't believe anything. I either know or I don't know. I do not believe anything.
It's not my job to question that. It's my job to explain to you how this system works and to help you utilize the system. There are two options here.
Right, but there's a difference between you and me, though. I don't have someone against their will. I don't terrorize people and impose my beliefs and ideologies upon them. You do. You are doing that. You are imposing the legal religion on a man who does not believe in it.
Well, once again, that's outside my scope.
No, it's not.
I choose to not do that and do what you have asked me to do, or those that have called have asked me to do. Here's the situation. I'm going to be sitting in this jail.
Okay, if you're sitting in that
and
jail...
I'm going to say, as a single mother,
yeah,
I'm not going to be sitting in jail while my children are sitting in foster care.
Well, okay. Well, a lot of us have woken up to this because of what CPS has done to us. And this has a lot to do with the kids. We don't want our kids to inherit this legal cult system.
Well, unfortunately, that's the society that I live in. So,
no, it's the society that you choose to live in, and when it comes to the kids, they can't touch the kids unless they're birth certificated, and they use those birth certificated names. I know this because none of my kids have birth certificates.
Well, she is birth certificated.
Yeah. Well, you've given them over to the beast. The Crown Corporation, which is actually the Vatican, owns those kids now because you gave them over. And you can end that relationship anytime. You can come out of that. You can come out of the Babylonian system, as it were, the legal system. Legal is an option. You don't have to be there. It's a choice. It's a conscious decision to be under their authority. And when you use things that they author or create, such as birth certificates and legal names, you are consciously putting yourself and your kids under their authority. You don't have to do that. It's a choice. And that's what this man is demonstrating. He can't even be transported. He can't be transported unless he agrees to a legal joinder.
I don't intend to transport him anyway.
Yeah. Well, here's what I'm saying. If I were you, knowing what I know, and I were just suddenly transported into your position, I would do everything within my power, including running the risk of getting arrested, to let the man out.
Well,
because you know what?
You're not me, and I don't intend to do that.
The reason.
And now, if there's anything else I can help you with as far as him making a phone call, I'd be more than happy to do that. Otherwise, I'm going to have to go because I do have to go do my job.
Evil prevails because good people do nothing. Are you a good person? Are you good? Are you good?
I'm absolutely a good person.
Well, good people don't let evil prevail. They do something about it.
Well, good people may not, and I don't. But I don't feel that what I'm doing is allowing evil to prevail.
Well, has the man hurt? The man has hurt no one.
In the society I have chosen to live in, there are laws.
There's no law involved here, and if there is, you need to enforce it because you're asking this man to steal in order to speak to someone. You've caged this man. You've stolen his liberty, his freedom. That's against the law. So you're picking and choosing what laws that you're applying here. That doesn't make a good person.
I will on hold and allow you to speak with Pam, and maybe she can help you more than I can. After all, she is much higher on the food chain. I can't help you.
No, you're very high in the food chain.
To make this happen.
You are a living being with a consciousness. That's as high as it gets on this planet. No one's higher than that.
Well, she happens to be my boss, so...
What's happening here is...
In a second, I will track her down.
You are declining to be conscientious here. You're abdicating your responsibility to another living being.
This is probably true. Hold one moment, please.